Are four stocks that I'm feeling especially bullish about for the summer of 2024. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what they are and why. My name is Royce Jacob, and welcome back to Waves Capital. This is actually my last video in this office. So cheers to the next chapter, and give the video a like for what's hopefully the next chapter for growth stocks and some of the names that we're going to be discussing today. Let's get straight into it, you guys. The four names that we're going to be discussing are right in front of us. No secrets. I put the tickers in the title of the video. They are RIOT Platforms, PGY Technologies, Altria, and Philip Morris. Again, two growth stocks and two legacy stocks. All right. You want a diversified portfolio. That's always important regardless of the market environment. So we're of course going to take a look at each of these on the charts, talk technicals. I want to discuss how high I think each of these names can climb over the summer months, talking June, July, maybe even into August. But before we go over each of these names in this order, we'll just go down the line here. We will take a look at each of their websites. I'll quickly discuss what the companies are and give you a summary of why I'm personally bullish on them from a fundamental perspective, because as always, technicals are important, especially if you're swing trading options like we do at Waves Cap. But fundamentals are always the basis of at least my personal trades and definitely investments. Okay, so let's get into it, you guys. We'll kick it off with RIOT Platforms. RIOT is building the world's leading Bitcoin-driven infrastructure platform. If you're watching this video, then you're probably familiar with RIOT Platforms. If you've been part of Waves Cap for any meaningful amount of time or any time at all, you would know that RIOT is one of our OG plays. One of the first YouTube videos I ever made way back in 2020. Been invested in RIOT since 2017. I love this company, and given the fact that I personally think, again, this is just my belief, think that Bitcoin sees new all-time highs in June, maybe July, but my money's on June. I think the RIOT is going to climb significantly in the month ahead, okay? So, short term, you can see that I have a little inverse head and shoulders pattern drawn right here. So let's discuss that, and then we'll zoom out and talk about kind of what I would deem to be the best case scenario for RIOT over the months ahead. Short term, if you're watching this video, I'm recording this on May 30th, in early June even. I do think that probably in the week ahead, because I do think Bitcoin sees some exciting price action very soon, which we're seeing a little taste of today. But I do think the RIOT ultimately plays out this inverse head and shoulders pattern to just above $12, about $12.15. And then if Bitcoin can break above, I would say new highs, definitely $80,000, then I think it's entirely possible the RIOT makes its way up in the month ahead or months ahead to the line of resistance that's been in play since all the way back in July of 2023. So almost a year now this line has been in play. If, once again, we can break above, I'll say 1250 just to play it safe. If RIOT can break above 1250, if Bitcoin breaks to new all-time highs and on, then I think that RIOT can easily climb to test this line of long-term resistance, which would be around, let's just say July 1st, where I have the end of this trend line drawn. That would take us to about $16.75 or $17, just to round it up. Okay, so that's my take on RIOT. If RIOT Platforms can break above this trend line right here, then we're really off to the races, and that's when things will really get exciting. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But right now, I'll say that I'm very excited about the RIOT call position I have on deck, and I'm excited to see what it can do in the months ahead. So before we move on to PGY, if you guys want to know how I'm trading all four of these stocks, which call options positions I have on all four of these names, and more, these aren't all the stocks that are in the portfolio or call options portfolio, that is going to be the first link in the description of this video. It's my complete portfolio, daily trade alerts, and email newsletters. You don't only get a complete breakdown of my entire personal portfolio, but you get the daily newsletters, the daily trade alerts, and price targets newsletters I write every day as well. This is just a quick example of this morning's. And I'll zoom down quick so you guys can't pause over that. That's all the options we have. This is just an example of a newsletter. Okay, write these puppies every day. They drop in your email inbox, and it's been fun. And I'm really excited for what the month of June has in store for Waves Capital. Again, it's the first link in the description of the video if you want to sign up. $15 a month. $40 for every 3 months, completely up to you. Try it free. If you don't like it, you can just peace out. But the reason I do free trials is because I'm so confident in the product I provide. So give it a shot. If you don't like it, peace out. But That's pretty rare, and I'm proud of that. And if you do join, then welcome to the winning team. All right. That said, if not, no worries at all. And I appreciate you watching this video right here. So let's talk Pagaya. All right, Pagaya Technologies. This is one of my dark horse stocks for 2024. Hasn't been doing too well so far, but I think that'll change due to one of their recent earnings reports, or more so, their guidance for their upcoming earnings report. Because ultimately, that's what really matters in earnings report, and that will be true most of the time, is not how well you performed or how well a company performed in the previous quarter. It's how well they're projected to perform, or how much improvement they're going to make in the quarter at hand and following quarters, okay? Pretty much all of investing is a futures market in a sense, okay? So Pagaya is an AI lending network. We help our partners grow smarter and faster. Our AI network helps analyze customer applications. So this is an AI play. This is a fintech play. Pagaya, their technology helps credit card companies and financial platforms dictate who is good for loans and what style of loan. If you're gonna give someone debt or lend money to somebody, Pagaya helps to dictate whether that's a good or bad idea and the parameters of that loan or deal. Okay, so cool fintech play, very cool AI play. That's a cool marriage in my mind, and that's why I've been invested in Pagaya for a while. But right now, Pagaya is looking pretty darn good on the charts, and I do think that in the short term, Pagaya can come up. Remember, they just saw this little rally out of some pretty all-time lows following their recent earnings report. And I believe the analyst rating for Pagaya, the average analyst rating for Pagaya is $27. So that's all the analyst ratings. Obviously, as I just alluded to, the average of all the analyst ratings. And right now we're only at 1150, okay? Not saying that that is law, not saying that it has to go that high, but we are just so significantly below the average analyst rating that I do think that some catching up needs to be done for Pagaya from just a fair value perspective at the very least. Okay, from a technical perspective, I do think that we come up at least in I'll say by mid-June, I think we come up to at least 1440 to retest the prior low. That has yet to be retested since we fell below it on March 12th. I do think that it's possible that we come up here to close the top end of this gap range at about 1540. So my initial target range is going to be 1450 to about 1530. That is where I personally plan to take or skim some profits from my Pagaya position. But if I'm being honest, with the resurgence that small cap stocks are seeing, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we come up to test this line of conservative resistance. I would say even this is obviously absolute resistance. I'm not going to play that. I like multiple touch points on my trend lines. So I'm going to draw it right there. We have at least three. Actually, we have like 5-6 touch points here when I do it like this. I do think that it's possible that maybe even by the end of the month, we'll go July 1st once again. By July 1st, I wouldn't be surprised to see Pagaya climb, 40% or so to $16 in order to test this line of resistance. And keep in mind, it could come even sooner because there's a lot of momentum behind not only small caps right now, but AI as well. Moving on to our legacy names. Altria. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Are you trading these, or just let me know what your favorite stocks for the summer months are personally. Okay. Very interested to see what you guys have on deck. Altria. This is an interesting play, and if you guys have been following along, if you guys have been part of Waves Cap and rode the roller coaster that has been Philip Morris with us, which is the owners of Zyn, Altria is similar to them. They're actually kind of subsidiaries of each other in a sense. And Altria is not only a legacy stock. Altria owns like Marlboro. They own a whole bunch of big tobacco. They're a big tobacco. But I like the direction that they're heading in. And this is why I feel that both of these names, Philip Morris and Altria, which once again come from big tobacco legacy companies, multi-billion, $80 billion for Altria. I think Philip Morris is about $1.50 bill. They are growth companies because they are pioneering a new realm of nicotine consumption. Okay. If you guys have seen Zyn on the shelves, if you guys have seen Altria's whatever, like On or something is their competitor Zyn, those things are flying off the shelves. I see people chawing those things all day. Okay, so Philip Morris crushed earnings. Altria also recently crushed their earnings. They're both on very, very strong long-term trends. And I think that once again, this move towards it, if we don't even have to look at Philip Morris after this. You can see that they're also focusing on delivering a smoke-free future. They are moving into the future. This is the aspect in my mind that gives these old school legacy, what many would believe to be extremely boring companies, the potential for, some like tech style growth. Okay. So MO, Altria, looking extremely, extremely promising on the charts. Higher highs, higher lows in the short term. We just came down today to retest this previous highs, yesterday, perfectly retest this prior high as a new low. That's what you love to see. If we go to daily candles, you can see that daily stochastic RSI, where my cursor is hovering right here, is about to curl upwards. Very good from a medium to longer term time horizon. And ultimately, I'm going to zoom out. This might start to look congested. Altria is in a multi-year downtrend. June 2017, okay? That's when the first touch point on this long-term downtrend was in play. I do think that at the very least, Altria will come up in the short term to finally retest this trend line for the first time since, May of 2022. That would take us up another 5 to 6%. And I think we do see that over the next couple of weeks. If we can break above this multi-year trend line, that would signal an extremely macro reversal and shift in trend from a multi-year, almost decade-long perspective. Okay? If that happens, and I do think it is, and I actually plan on trading this over the course of 2024. Again, if you want to follow along, it's the first link in the description. It's going to be some fun trading, I think. Okay? Money where my mouth is. Always know that, you guys. But if Altria can break above this multi-year trend line, that I do think that it's possible we can come up to retest also another multi-year trend line, the previous line of broken support that has yet to be tested as new resistance, okay? That sounds crazy. What would that be? Like a 40% move up for Altria over the remainder of the year. Just keep in mind, that would be nowhere near Altria's all-time high, and they are moving in, once again, what I believe to be a hyper-growth direction. So, very exciting times for Altria. Philip Morris is the same thing, so I'm not going to kind of just rehash everything I just said. Moving towards a progressive smoke-free future. Philip Morris also just saw a very, very significant breakout following their earnings report. Let's get rid of that right here. You can see here following their earnings report, April 23rd, shot higher, broke the line of resistance that was in place in February of 2023. Now we're making our way up. I do think that definitely new 2024 highs are in the cards for Philip Morris in the month ahead. I'm sorry these get congested because we've been focusing on the short term in the newsletters and as far as trading is concerned. But I do think that both of these targets will be tested. These are profit targets that I set in place. Always take profits on the ride up. But if I'm being honest, I ultimately do believe that Philip Morris can make its way up to $109. I'll just say at some point in 2024, maybe not June, July, but August, September, October, going into the fall, winter months, I definitely think that we can see $109. And personally, I plan to trade upon that as well. And just similar to Altria, or similar to PGY, you can see that the 1 year price target is about $110 as the analyst average once again. And it makes sense to me, again, given the growth prospects of this company, that we can easily achieve that. And I wouldn't be surprised if when's their next earnings report on July 23rd, really ignites another rally for this stock. So those are the 4 stocks. Again, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite, you can give me 4, you can give me as many as you want or as little as you want. Let me know what your favorite stocks for the summer are in the comments below. Say goodbye to the office, moving to Cali, moving with the fam to Cali for a bit, switch up the scenery. It's going to feel nice to just get out of Kona for a bit. And, we'll be back eventually. But it's going to be nice being in Cali. And I'm really excited for the next chapter. So, again, cheers to the next chapter. Thank you guys for riding with me in this office and for the past couple of years we've been here. And I look forward to what's next. All right. Appreciate you guys. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.